There's been a couple of outstanding statements on Barry Jordan's channel here. And I want to read a couple of them here, and you can see. Bob Cartel says, Barry, you are desire. Now, you would understand the movie. Desire is a movie called The Streetcar Named Desire. Barry, you are desire in a streetcar called Desire. The quotation in the movie is, I've always depended on the kindness of strangers. Well, Bob Cartel goes on to say, you're in no position to make demands. Just suck it up and wait it out. Now, here's another one from, of all people, Flying Circus. Since someone has a cyber suit in court, I'm not so sure he can claim parody or satire. There is a legal connection between the parties. So, in other words, when Barry comes on and says, this is just entertainment and I can say anything I want, it's parody, it's satire. No, it's not. And here's something great by Mr. Magoo. Why has Barry's lawyer not told him to knock this crap off? He gets charged by the Philippines government, not Frank, with defamation, a criminal charge. After being charged and in a detention, he continues to mouth off, which the prosecutor, not Frank's lawyer, will enter into further evidence. The judge will take note of his post-detention rantings, threats, etc., when sentencing. If the prosecutor agrees with Frank, there will be more charges because of his YouTube bullshit. Barry is his own worst enemy. Very well put, especially by Bob Cartel. And of all people, Flying Circus says something that actually makes sense. No, let me explain, Mr. Jordan, to you something. I've been listening to your little rants and so forth, and I said many, many times. And I shouldn't have to remind you of this. I'm actually trying, in a sense, to help you out, and that's as far as I'm going to go. But I think it's a little bit too late for that. These people are correct. These are your own viewers. And some of them may not even like me. But yet they're trying to tell you. And I don't understand why your girlfriend is not hitting you over the head with the nearest brick or rock and telling you, look, how can we have a future together if you continue to post like this? I don't understand that if she cares for you, she's not making sanctions against you by saying, look, I'm not going nowhere at you. Because I'm not going to waste my time if there's no future with you. Because the way I see it, why isn't she saying this? Because the way I see it is that you continue to come online when you're not supposed to be posting because of the fact that you have a cybercrime case. But you continue to do so. So let me take it that you're actually probably not listening to your girlfriend, if she's even told you that many times, which she probably has. So, Flying Circus, Bob Cartel, and who else did we have there? Mr. Magoo. Now I'm going to read what Mr. Magoo said one more time. Why has Barry's lawyer not told him to knock this crap off? He gets charged by the Philippines government, not Frank, with defamation, and in parentheses, a criminal charge. After being charged and in detention, he continues to mouth off, which the prosecutor, not Frank's lawyer, by the way, my lawyer is acting as our own prosecutor, not Frank's lawyer, will enter into further evidence. The judge will take note of his post means after. You probably don't understand that. Post detention, rantings, threats, etc. when sentencing. If the prosecutor agrees with Frank, there will be more charges. Because of his YouTube bullshit, Barry is his own worst enemy. Now I'm going to continue what I said. I've been listening, Barry, to your rantings and trying to call yourself Dr. Nicotine is a prime example of your ignorance. And that's not going to pass a prosecutor or a judge by calling me a different name or pretending you're somebody else. These people are educated people. They're not stupid. I have personally never understood, never to this day, other than your own ignorance of why you continue to rant when, quite frankly, you are in absolutely no position to do so. None. Zero. I wasn't going to even do an upload, but I happened to read these comments, sensible comments made by your own viewers. Dr. Nicotine, you can't be more original than that. That's John Blaze's little fun phrase. I don't think that you understand the gravity of your situation. It's become apparent to all of us, including myself, all your viewers, that you are frustrated, that you are absolutely losing your monkey ass mind because your rants have become more continually sounding like you are doing such. You don't know what to talk about, and you're like a broken record and you're repeating everything over and over again, even in one broadcast. You don't know what to talk about. All you talk about is Dr. Nicotine, Dr. Nicotine, Dr. Nicotine, and you continue to defame me, antagonize me. I guess what I'm trying to say on this upload is pretty much what one of your viewers said. You're making it worse for yourself. Now, should I care that you're making it worse for yourself? I didn't have to care. I think it's just let him go on. I mean, all this stuff is recorded anyway. Even if he tries to retract this from his videos. I mean, you know damn well I'm recording this, right? Everything. You know, when shit hits the fan and I get on a witness stand, and by the way, you better be prepared for the next court hearing. Because the next court hearing, my girlfriend's going to be witness, and yes, she has every right and allowability to be witnessed, no matter what her relationship is to me. And we're not married. This is not America law. This is Philippines law. But even so, I have taken this crap from you for such a long time. Yes, there's stress involved with this. Yes, there's money involved with this. There's time involved with this. And I'm going to make sure that I get my money's worth. I'm going to make sure that I get my stress worth. I'm going to make sure that your sentencing is going to be appropriate in lieu of the nasty, defamative, insulting, disgusting, and illegal statements you have made toward me. Your ignorance precedes you. You still, to this day, continue on your shoulder to say, I've never called him this and I never called him. Don't worry about what you think that I called you. Don't worry about what you think I may have called anybody else. This trial is your trial. It's my case against you. And whether you think I called somebody else something in the past or not is totally irrelevant. You need to worry about this case, not what you think I said to this person or that person. It don't matter what I've said to anybody else out of anger or whatever the situation might have been. It's about you. It's not about them. And this is something that you have to realize. Let me tell you something. I'm no Johnny Angel in any form or way because I have spoken out many, many times on here when people just kind of got out of line. And defending myself or defending my family or my girlfriend, yes, I have said some things on here like many people have when it's regarding somebody attacking them, perhaps their family. That's pretty normal on here. But Barry cannot differentiate between uh, what is actually defaming. He's saying, oh, I hurt your feelings. I called you a bad word. He doesn't understand. He can't differentiate between, bad words and words that are highly inflammatory, highly illegal to do or say, rather, that have, yes, ramifications. How many times have we heard him repeat that? The man puts a case against me because I called him some bad words. He doesn't get it because he's not capable of getting it through his head, which is probably half an empty space. That what you called me, and I'm trying to make you understand this, but now it goes beyond what you called me, but what you don't understand, you can't call anybody a pedophile. You can't call anybody a child molester on public media. But then it goes on. You don't stop there. Telling me I have a little dick, telling me I have erectile dysfunction. That's almost the erectile dysfunction and other things you've said just as bad as just calling me a child molester. I don't have to say this. You know what? I don't have to say this. I don't have to say this and warn you of it. I don't. I'm being very generous by saying this to you. You are digging your own grave. And by the way, if you haven't received your paperwork yet, your attorney's effort to dismiss the case based on this scheduling show up. The judge was sick with a flu, was in the hospital on one or two of the occasions. I've got the paper here. You haven't received it yet, but you will. I know your big plan was to get the case dismissed based on the fact that me and my lawyer on 2 occasions didn't show up. But there was a reason for it, but you'll have to read it on the paper what the reasons were. They were very valid. So I'm sorry to disappoint you, but your plans ain't working out. And then, double jeopardy. Because of your want and needs to seek revenge against me, you seek your girlfriend on me. It's like the guy says to his pet dog, sick him, go get him, go bite him, get that bad man. Dude, I'll say it again. You said you didn't want to get your girlfriend involved in this. We've all heard that, but you did. Of course, you turned around and said, no, she did this all on her own. No, she did not do this all on her own. All of us out here know it. Friend or foe of mine, we all know it. You want revenge because you're in a detention center. Well, immigration put you in the detention center. I didn't. Immigration put you in there. Let's get that straight. As far as the legal case against you, you did that all on your own. You did that all on your own. All of it. And you continue to act mindless by putting on live show after live show when you should not be you. Here we go. I should just get a tape recorder or a good parrot, because it gets tiring of saying this to you because it doesn't get or penetrate your brain. By you putting continual shows on, it's like I'm handing you a shovel and I'm saying, okay, Barry, dig your own grave. Now, whether you like me or not, you could even be Popeye. Popeye would even agree with that. Flying Circus would even agree with that. I don't think there's anybody out there that wouldn't agree with that. They all know that you're digging your own grave. And although you think they're your supporters, they're not. They're laughing at you. I hate to tell you that, or like to tell you that. They're all laughing at you because they've never seen such a display of stupidity in their life. Yes, you are entertainment, but your show is not entertainment. But you are entertainment to the people that watch your show, because they're watching you dig your own grave. Look, I don't know where this shit's going, to tell you the truth. I really don't. I don't think it's going in a great direction for you. I honestly feel that way. But I get enjoyment of watching you digging your own grave. Oh, I spoiled it, didn't I, by telling you this? But you won't absorb this. You never do. You never will absorb this. You are still in denial of everything you did. And people are scratching their heads saying, what's wrong with this guy? He's saying that I never called you a pedophile and everything else. When everybody and their grandmother are sitting there with their little fucking glass of gin and they're laughing their fucking ass off. They're saying, listen to this guy. We've seen the videos. We've heard what you said. We've seen your shows. Such a state of denial that I've never witnessed in my life with anybody. Anybody. So, yeah, you are also entertainment to me, but certain things can be entertaining, but certain things are not entertaining to me. The very fact that you're trying to you want to sig your girlfriend on me. I'll get even with him. You want to sig your girlfriend on me, right? This is the man who said that I don't want to get my girlfriend involved. Now, truthfully, I don't know what's going on with that yet, because there's been no letters in the mail. I know that my lawyer wrote up some fantastic, counter affidavits to this situation. And any honest prosecutor or anybody that would read quite frankly, his rebuttal to this, if you want to call it that, is going to see that there's a connection to this. They're going to see that it's revenge. They're going to see that it's retribution. They're going to see that you and your girlfriend are a team. She's going to see the connect. They're going to see the connection. That she's upset and you're upset that you're in jail. And you're telling the person that you said, I love and I want to marry. Well, you know the way I see this? And I don't think there's going to be anybody that's going to disagree with me. And as I said, I don't care who you are, whether you like me, hate me, or just, disembodied about the whole situation. They're going to agree with me and say that yes, you did involve your girlfriend for revenge. It's obvious. Now, a complaint for deportation? Really? You're sitting there blabbering your mouth saying what I did to you was wrong. Well, what you did to me was wrong. But what you're trying to get your girlfriend to do to me is extremely wrong. So you want to try to destroy my life because of your mistakes that you have continually made. You want to destroy what I have built up in the Philippines. You want to destroy my relationship. And I know you're going to respond by saying, well, you're trying to destroy mine. No, 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 no. You are destroying your own relationship. Let me get this straight and foremost. You are destroying your own relationship because there will not be if you have to do some serious jail time. Am I making myself perfectly clear? Even if I do, I know it's hard for it to penetrate your thick skull. You have made this worse for yourself. And then you went on to make it worse. Your disruption in the courtroom could be held as contempt of court. There could be charges on that. And yes, that's going to be one of the first things that I'm instructing my lawyer to address. Was your courtroom outburst? And it was an outburst. And you're recording. Nobody came in with their video camera and recorded us and then left. Your position where you were standing near the door is exactly the position that it shows on camera, that you were recording me and my girlfriend in that courtroom. Not in the hallway. You were recording in that courtroom. You know what? You are an idiot. You are everything that everybody labels you to be. And you are absolutely entertainment to these people. They're not really supporting you. Then you want Ricky's help. And you tell him, you better come and see me or else. You say, I'm not asking you to come. I'm telling you to come. Now, I don't know what information or help you're trying to get off Ricky. But when you spoke to Ricky like that on your show, how cooperative do you think Ricky is going to be with you and want to help you further, if he's been helping you at all in the past, or help you any further, or help you at all, or give you the information you're trying to get off him? When you were demanding, and then you're laying down the law on him, or else what? What are you going to do to Ricky? Look, I don't like Ricky, but Ricky must have enough sensibility to not take your request to come to see you and want to do something to help you out in any way at this point. I don't even think Ricky's at that point where he's going to help you anymore in any way. Then you threatened him in some way and said, if you don't come, then I'm going to give out some information that you're not going to like. Wow. When does it stop, Barry? When does it stop? That's the problem with you. It just doesn't stop. I want everybody to know out there that none of this, none of this should have happened. He would not be in this position he's in now if he didn't do it all to himself. Some people say, isn't that kind of harsh? The guy spent already over 17 months in jail, incarceration anyway, a detention center, which to him has been just a playpen. It's been a playpen. The very fact that he's getting use of his phone, I could understand if he had to use his phone for emergency or call his family or call his lawyer, that the guards would say, okay, you got a couple of minutes, whatever, call your lawyer, order some food. Sure, I don't have a problem with that. Nobody else should either. But to get on here, after all that's going on with you, to get on your phone, and you've been making live shows again, and all you're doing is insulting me. You got a little dick, you got erectile dysfunction, I'm stupid. And the best one yet, which is just as bad as calling me a pedophile, is calling me a groomer. What? You don't think I'm recording this stuff? What? You don't think people hear this stuff? And do you think that perhaps your lawyer is not tuning into your show? It may get to the point he just gives up on you. Lawyers want to win cases, not lose. But if their client is a fucking loser, the guy is relatively new in law, as I understand. He's trying to cut his teeth on a case. He wants to win a case. But having a client like you, that it's going to really not go the way you want it, and for him, it's going to perhaps create a loss, a case he didn't win. People are just wondering, what does it take to get through your skull? I sit back and listen more than I do shows, in actuality. And sometimes I sit there in awe, which I've done so many times, and say, this guy is missing a few cards in his deck. A man who who's been 17 months plus in detention and could face possibly how many years imprisonment as a result of this case. And as I always say, I don't know where it's going. I don't. You could get away with a slap on your wrist with a fine. I don't know. But the case is going to go on, I can tell you that. I'm not retracting this case. And especially because your continuation, yes, I'm going to be honest with you. You may think I'm bullshitting. There was a couple of times that I was going to settle this out. But then your continuation to grab your shovel and bury yourself more by calling me some really nasty names, making horrible allegations against me that I'm a child groomer, which is just as bad as calling me a pedophile. Knocking my age. What's wrong with my age? I earned every single year of my age. I've earned it. You're not getting younger yourself, are you? Share with us your secrets. My age is irrelevant. The truth is, your ability to cause physical damage on me, if it ever came down to that, is nonsense. It's complete nonsense. You don't know my capabilities, even at my age, sir. And believe me, you ever raise your fist to me, certainly not in a courtroom, I'll let you punch me out. Whatever you need to do, out of rage, I will not raise a hand. That'll just bury you even more. All your bravado. Many people have come and go that have, wanted to confront you and you chickened out. You certainly have. We don't have to go through all the names. You had problems with a lot of people. You're all mouth, you're all talk, and all talk is what has gotten you into the position you're in now. Look, I don't know if you could marry a chick, but I think you should have a little mercy on her. That's just my opinion. Have a little mercy on her. Because let's face the fact, there is no future. For you, I don't care if it's her or any other woman. It don't matter. In general, let's talk in general. What future do they have with you if you continue to behave like you do? Let's say all this is over, you got convicted, you served your time, you want to start your life. I don't think you're going to do anything different. You're still going to get into trouble. You're still going to run your mouth because you can't help it. You're just one of these people that can't help it but run your mouth. That's what got you in trouble in the first place, man. I tried personally to knock some sense into you. This all never had to come to all this legal shit. I'm not happy with this legal shit, dude. You cost me a fortune. You cost me time. You cost me effort. You caused me stress, not to mention my girlfriend. You created damage in so many damn directions. But the damage is just all going to come back to haunt your ass. Look, I don't mind spending the money. I got plenty more to continue my cases. Remember I told you about a second case? That might be becoming a reality here. You know why? I'm going to tell you why. Because you didn't stop. Because you don't know how to stop. You deserve everything that's going to come your way. And you only got one person to blame. And it isn't me. It's not me. It's you, sir. I realize you're uneducated. And I also realize that you didn't have the greatest from what you have expressed to us through the years. Have you not? Had the greatest childhood, and I'm not going to go into detail for legal reasons. Not even legal reasons. I'm going to spare my audience what you have told people in the past about your upbringing and what happened with a specific family member. I'll spare that. And maybe that has influenced you in some way to become who you are today. I don't know. I'm not your fucking psychologist. I'm not your handler. And let's just say a message to your girlfriend. I'll be very honest. I have nothing against you. I don't have anything against you. Except your involvement with him and your believing and hanging on every word of his. If you truly knew his past, you would probably have second thoughts about wanting to continue to have a relationship. It's still a great mystery to all of us what attracts you to this man, even after knowing what he's done, hearing what he's done, seeing videos of what he's done. You still want to be with him. Okay, fair enough. It's your prerogative to be with any man that you want to be for any reason you want. Granted. But I think I and other people were trying to basically help you, warn you. That's all it was. Because of our knowledge about him. Do you understand that? This complaint that you put against me. Do you think it's going to work for you or work against you? I want you to think about this. Think very hard and very careful. What are you willing to give up because you are supporting your boyfriend? Are you willing to take a loss of some sort? What are you willing to give up? Because I'm not going to go into detail, but I'm going to tell you. Even if I wasn't in the country and got deported, my lawyer is still retained. There are two different cases I could put on you. Legitimate. And I didn't want to do any of this. I have left you out. I have left you out. I did not get you involved. Your boyfriend got you involved. Your boyfriend that you love so much you want to marry. When he said he would never involve you. I'm going to make this perfectly clear. I have never threatened you. I have never called you a whore or a prostitute, and I have not heard those words. I have not seen the video, except words from your boyfriend, who says I made an implication of sorts, which is not the same thing, if that was even true. That's not the same thing as calling you bluntly, specifically, a whore or a prostitute. Your words on your complaint. Now, if your complaint does not get accepted by immigration, I'm not going to guarantee you that I'm not going to go forward with two different agencies and put charges against you, because your complaint to try to get me deported even supersedes what your boyfriend did to me. There's more gravity in your complaint than there is in what Barry has called me. I want to make this perfectly clear. Because he's your boyfriend and he told you to do this, because you listen to everything he says, you put a goddamn complaint against me to deport me. You know I have a good relationship with my girlfriend and I love her to death and her family. I choose to live in the Philippines. This is my home and I'm 70 years old. I'm fucking 70 years old, girl. Okay? Understand something. She's just not my girlfriend. In a sense, she's my caretaker too. Most of us dudes, we get together with younger women. And we all knew that when we got into the relationship. But the years go by. And in my case, there's 20 years difference. Other people, as much as 50 years difference. But there's 20 on mine. I will continue to get older while she's still considered a younger woman. There might be coming a time that she is going to be my full-time caretaker. That's just life.